But when I was coming up, woke meant that you saw beyond the lies. You saw the lies and you saw beyond that.
Woke
so
now is believing in the lies.
What happened?
You got to believe in the lies now to be woke.
Exactly. Now they're saying woke is actually believing the lies. What's up, baby? Welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. I am your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother in misinformation, Brian Licata, here for another episode. We got a special guest with us today, man. Almost like a reunion. Only I saw him 2 days ago, so it's not like actual reunion. But we got my man Ray Vazquez, comedian, entrepreneur, and one of the owners and founding members of AC Jokes.
What up?
It's a pleasure to have you here, my brother.
Thank you, Gary. I really appreciate that, brother.
You know, Matt's gonna be mad at me, right?
Oh no, why is that? He hasn't been on yet?
I haven't had Matt on yet, but I've had Mike and you.
And
Zach
and Buddha
and John.
Well,
I mean, the truth is, whenever I get someone from AC Jokes, it's always the way I got you today. You called me up. You happened to be up. I said, "What are you doing?" You said nothing. I said, "You want to be on the podcast?" You know, that's how it normally happens with anyone from AC.
That's true.
You know, I very rarely like set up, I want you on my podcast, because I try to leave those days open in case I get someone who's not from AC that's harder to get, you know?
Completely understandable. I think Matt will understand. I mean, he has to watch the show in order to be mad, right?
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. You don't have to watch the show to get mad about what we say. He's just going to see you're on it. I always say they don't watch the show, though. They don't watch the show. They don't watch the show. I always say it. I can go 30 minutes into the show and I can say whatever the fuck I want and they would never know I said it unless we had rats listening.
Yo, not for nothing, 30 minutes into your show, I wouldn't know what the fuck you were saying because I don't have the time to stay on that long with anybody's podcast. This is the only podcast that I watch any of at all, ever. That's a fact. So, I mean, I'll be caught up at work down in Costa Rica working on the hotel, which is like painting or checking somebody into a room, getting towels, doing laundry, bullshit like that. And I'll see your shit pop up and I'll be like, oh, I guess it's that time of the week or month. I don't even know when your shit comes out. And then I'll open it up. I might catch like shit. Sometimes I've turned you off in like 10 seconds though. You know what I mean? So I've been in there for 10, 20 minutes. I've seen some of your special guests. I watched Tommy Chong and shit, but you know.
And then we can't ask everybody to stay with us for as long as we keep it. Sometimes real, we don't even want to listen to us for that long. For real.
I ain't gonna lie. I always listen to our shit and I love our shit. I do this shit for me. So I could sit back and be filled with myself like, oh, look at me. I scan it to my TV. I project it onto the TV and I'm like, oh, look at me. I'm a star. And I listen to every word I say.
Somebody's got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
But just to get people a little update as to who my man Ray is. Ray is one of the founding members of AC Jokes. He was out here when I got out here. One of my better friends out here, and he moved to Costa Rica. I think that's one of the smartest things you ever did. You know, was get the fuck out of here. You came back looking better, feeling better.
You look great, bro. You really do.
Oh, dude, you lost like how many pounds did you lose?
Yeah.
60? Close to 60 pounds, yeah.
Dude, and his head is not bigger than his body, people. Take notice of this man right here. He lost the right amount of weight. He got down to the size of his head and he stopped. He didn't sit there and go, let's see how skinny I can get. Because the head don't lose weight, people. You're going to be walking around with that big-ass fucking head on you. But he went out to Costa Rica. Not only did Ray go out to Costa Rica, but dude bought a fucking hotel out there. So now you're running a hotel. What's the name of the hotel out there in Costa Rica?
It's Cabinas Manzanillo. It's in Manzanillo and Limon on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica.
And Limon. What does that mean?
All right. So Costa Rica is like a mountain ridge and it goes through the center of the country. So the way the country is, it comes down from the peak of the mountains to the shorelines. And there's a shoreline on either side of the country. One side is the Caribbean side. One side's the Pacific side. The Pacific side is very popular for like international tourism. And the Caribbean side is more like indigenous. And there's, Rastas there and shit. And there's
got less pirates. Got pirates out there in Costa Rica.
Here we go.
I haven't seen any pirates yet, but we got crackheads though.
Yeah, they got crackheads in Costa Rica.
They probably there's probably a lot of coke, right?
Yo, the coke is so cheap. Oh my god.
Is it good?
It's probably fantastic.
Is it good? It's pure. We're right next to Colombia, dog.
All right, just making sure.
Yo,
see, like I don't even know. Like I don't even know if the reason why it sucks is because of the people that it goes through. I'm wondering if they changed the way they make it in Colombia.
No. Oh my god, that shit gets stepped on so many times before it gets here. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And the shit there, I mean, you know what? My coke problem now is that I will never buy it in the United States ever again because of the comparison in price. I mean, it's like fucking $10 a gram there, dude.
Oh my god, dog.
And it's awesome, right? Like perfect in every single way.
Yeah, it's perfect in a lot of ways. You know, when the coke
is selling it for $10 and they're still making a profit, people. The person selling it for $10 is still making a profit off that shit.
Yo, there's people there whose job is to go out into the ocean and look for bales of coke that are lost in the ocean. Like PD calls them square groupers. Like that's
square groupers.
Yes, square groupers. Wow,
that's amazing, man.
So I guess the crack's probably pretty good, also, right? I mean, if you're making it with pure coke, it's probably pretty awesome.
Well, the fact that you're able to make crack, I don't even know what they're making crack with out here now because that shit don't come back. That shit don't come back like it used to do. Not that I've tried, but I've got friends who still like to dabble.
Yo,
I never tried to cook it, but I'm saying my friends are like, dude, that shit don't even cook back.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't know about cooking it back into coke. I just know that this is the first time in my life I had a friend who's like an active crackhead, and he's like a nice guy. He doesn't steal from nobody.
Crackheads could be nice dudes, man. They're just people. They're just people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, since when the crackheads or heroin? I mean, heroin heads are a little harder to talk to. Crackheads could be hard to talk to because they don't shut up. They're very pumped up or whatever. But I mean, they're just people.
That's an interesting thing to talk about. I mean, crackheads notoriously will steal and sell things to get crack. I mean, isn't that like a typical crackhead behavior?
Usually, yes.
That's the crackheads that they show us and that are in the inner boroughs where if it wasn't crack there, they were still doing that. That was still going on even before the epidemic of crack came along. People were still getting robbed in the hood. People were still stealing to get whatever the drug of choice was at that time. But crack is also smoked outside of the hood, and outside of the hood, you don't hear about it. You know why? Because there's no incidences. Them do smoke crack at night. They go to work during the day. You know what I'm saying? They do their thing and they live their lives.
I'm sure there's that many people smoking base, bro, that are doing a normal day to day.
Oh, really?
Because yes, man. Because this, let me tell you, maybe from experience, maybe not from experience, but the minute you start smoking crack during whatever time of day it is,
that's all.
The next 24 hours it's ruined, dude. It's ruined until you go to sleep. It's ruined. You can't do anything else but smoke crack until you're done, you know, until that runs over.
I was pretty functional.
I ain't never seen a functional crackhead. Gary, if you're telling me you was a crackhead, not just like you smoked some crack.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I really wasn't a crackhead. I was a drug addict.
There you go. You're a drug. That's a difference. That's a big
like
difference.
If they had crack, I'd smoke it, but I never bought it. I never went once in my life to cop crack. You know, I mean, back in my day, we didn't even cop crack. We cooked it. We did it ourselves. You know,
fucking the age of DIY. Put that shit on HGTV. First, you get a little bit of baking soda. You add it to your cocaine when it reaches the right temperature, and then I think I have to stop, or they're gonna ban the video. I can't give.
Listen, dude, we're on Spotify, bro. We can say whatever we want now.
Yeah, Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify don't give a fuck.
Big up to Spotify.
Shout out.
Pew, 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 pew. Shout out to Spotify. Rated G. Shout out for supporting freedom of speech. I want to give a rated G shout out also to my corner store, the little store. We call it that because the door is like this big. You got a duck to go in. It's a tiny little store.
Perfect.
I went in there today. I wanted coffee. The coffee machine was down, but the dude gave me a K-cup for free and said, "Here, my brother, do you have a thing at home?" I said, "I do." He said, "Here, go home and make yourself a cup of coffee." And so big up to you guys over at the little store for my cup of coffee today.
Big up little store. Where that's all your house?
Ray, I got a question. I've been like really caught up in all this non-gender stuff that's going on. Is that an issue in Costa Rica?
No, it's even the newer generation is totally different, man. They're 30 years behind there. The side where I am in the Caribbean, they're straight up 30 years behind. So they don't understand any of it. It's like when I was a kid. I got to talk to people, and the way that people saw gender when I was a kid is the way people see gender there.
You mean like the real way? Like, in other words, a scientific way. You're born with a dick, you're a man. You're born with a girl, a vagina, you're a woman. That's how they look at it.
That is the way.
Now, do you have like is there a big gay population, LGBTQ? Yep. Is there any of that out there in Costa Rica?
I know they're not. No, there are gay people there, but they're still, not really accepted the way it was. Again, 30 years ago. So that's
I don't agree.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Right. That's the thing.
I'm not gonna lie. That I don't agree with. People seem to get confused with anybody who talks about this topic, and from everybody I hear, like, no one has a problem with people being who they want to be. The problem is trying to take away, what is truth, what is just basic truth. You can dance around that all you want, but if it's basic truth, what the fuck is the problem, man? What is your problem with basic truth?
I'll tell you something crazy, bro. We had a customer family that was staying at the hotel, and one of their kids was autistic and he was gay. And the way that his mother saw it was because he was autistic, he thought he was gay. And I was like, yo, she's like trying to get him in the hospital so that they can fix the gay part of autism. And I'm like, I'm trying to explain it to her, and at the time my Spanish was maybe half as good as it is now, which is maybe like 3/4 of the way to like me speaking Spanish. Yeah. And speaking to this woman was so fucking difficult. They stayed for a month, and we were just like, we have this conversation all the time. Every time she get drunk, every time we break out a couple of lines, she's like, and the reason that he's gay is because he's autistic. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you that.
Are you trying to say all the gay people are all autistic in this world? I mean, listen, man, I don't agree with that. I totally think that anyone, be who you are. But when we start getting into this thing of like, I just watched the thing, What is a Woman? And no one could answer the fucking question. Well, it's not that they couldn't. Nobody wanted to answer the question as to what is a woman. It's a very simple fucking question. But of course, now they want to make it complex and like, oh, a woman could be, on the thing. They're like, they're teaching our kids that men could have vaginas, men could have periods. And I think it's just fucking totally ridiculous. And most logical people think it's ridiculous. That's why I was wondering, because it's so big out here in America now.
Yeah.
In America, this is a huge topic right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if, that's the thing. I don't know if this is just the shit that comes up on my feed. And of course, now people watch my podcast, so they send me shit.
Well, it definitely is, man, because this is the stuff you're looking at. And when you keep watching it, it's just going to keep showing it to you. You know what I mean? Like on YouTube, you get down all them rabbit holes from watching those Matt Walsh videos.
Yeah. So basically everybody probably don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, or do they?
I think they do, but it's just not as prevalent in everyone's lives, I guess. It's the woke generation, right? That's that woke shit. Everything, we're awakened. So if somebody wants to be a fucking attack helicopter, they are. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel like you are, whatever.
Yeah, but it's funny because they say woke, and maybe I'm wrong with what the expression means, because actually it's funny, because what does the shirt say right here? It says stay woke. That's what the fucking shirt says, stay woke. But when I was coming up, woke meant that you saw beyond the lies. You saw the lies and you saw beyond that.
Woke so now is believing in the lies.
What happened?
You got to believe in the lies now to be woke.
Exactly. Now they're saying woke is actually believing the lies, believing the bullshit. A woke motherfucker will be like, this is all propaganda. You know what I'm saying? This is what
that's what they're doing. They're claiming to be woke, and they're like, oh, it's all propaganda. Like the two genders is all propaganda. It's like, no, wait. You went a little too far. Hold on a second. We're still two genders. That's biology. Like, this is no longer propaganda. It's not someone trying to convince you of something or make you inherently, like blue or pink. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. If you're gay, you're gay. If you think that you're a man, you can dress like a man. You can get a sex change. Nobody gives a shit about any of that. But don't walk around telling me that I can't say like male or female based on.
I got a little story. I was out to dinner with my fiance and some friends.
Who is female?
Correct.
He identifies as female.
Correct. And I was
Dick, I know people.
I was with my friend, husband and wife, both identify, one as a man, the other one as a woman.
Which one?
We were talking and
it gets deep.
I said cross-dresser, and everyone gave me a little recoil, and I didn't know that cross-dresser wasn't an appropriate thing to say anymore, apparently.
What is it now?
Apparently you're supposed to say whatever the person identifies as. But then I said, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know? I'm just supposed to not say what? Nothing?
But your introduction now becomes that much longer. Hi, I'm Ray.
I identify as they, them.
Identify.
My pronouns are they, them, we. See, but that's the thing, man. They're going against the basic shit. There's a reason why people say the wrong pronouns, because they're going by what they see. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you went through the whole thing of getting, a transitioning over to be, and I look at you and you got breasts and you got the long hair, I'm going to call you she. Obviously, you want to be identified as a she. Even if I could tell that, even if I think like that could have been a man, doesn't even make a difference. Bingo. I'm still going to, respect you went through the whole shit. So you look like a female. So I'm going to say her, she. You know what I'm saying? If a female turns into a dude and she looks like a dude, she got a mustache, I'm going to be like, yeah, well, I mean, a good man mustache, because all my cousins got mustaches. All my female cousins got mustaches. But like, if you got the mustache, the beard, you're dressed in the typical way.
You're going to call him honey, right? You'll call him honey.
I'm going to be like, yo, what am I, man?
Honey.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
honey.
Other than that, honey. How the fuck, if there is no truth to male, how the fuck do we know then? Cut it out.
That's the thing. So, all right, the idea is wear a name tag, fucking put your dress on, put your slacks on, whatever. I'll call you whatever you want based on the way that you create your appearance. But then you got people being dicks. Like, yo, why are you out here dressed like a man talking about I'm a woman or I have no gender? Like, yo, chill the fuck out. It's not that serious.
I have no gender.
Oh, there's that too.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Like, I don't identify as anything. And that's the thing. Like, people talk about acceptance. You want me to accept you? I think you first need to accept yourself.
Right.
Before I can accept you. I think, because what good does it do if I accept you? I could accept till the cows come home. But if you don't accept yourself, then me accept you don't mean shit. It's the same thing with love, people. If you don't love yourself, then what good is getting love from everybody? Like, what good is it if I love you if you don't love yourself? I can love you till the cows come home, but you're still not going to love yourself. So you're still not going to be happy. You're still not going to find that peace that you're looking for.
Yep. That's a beautiful sentiment. And it's the truth, man. That's why I don't get down with the plastic surgery and shit. My girl got fillers in her lips. She got her nose done because she felt like she wanted to make those changes and it was important to her. And I support her in what's important to her and what makes her feel good and happy at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, of course, I wish
you loved her the way she was. She got you the way she was.
Exactly. And I wish that she understood that then there was nothing that she ever needed to change. I wish she felt the same way about herself that I feel about her.
Well, that's what society does. They go at women to make women feel bad about themselves. One titty's bigger than the other. Okay, good. I could pull your titties out of a lineup. I know my baby's titties. I could tell because the right one is so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's those things, ladies. It's those things that you think are fucked up. That's the things that we fucking like about you. You know what I'm saying? So cut this shit out, man. That's the thing. These people, like, they were showing these doctors. They're called gender identifying doctors. And basically, what they do is they just listen to you talk, and whatever you say you identify as, they go, yeah, that's fine. Now, my question is, here's the deeper question. Why is it then, right?
How do you get that job?
What happened?
How do you get that job? That's my question. Like, I'm gonna sit there and listen to you and be like, oh, yeah, what you said. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because the doctor that the dude was talking to in the movie, right? And they're talking about what is a woman, and she goes, I mean, I don't know if I could call her she, but she obviously looks like 100% a woman. And she goes, well, I don't know. I'm not a woman. And here's the thing. Like, when you're a biological male and you transition into becoming a woman, right? Do you honestly think that you really know what it's like to be a woman? Because even if you're a biological male, they don't give you a period. You know what I'm saying? You still can't get pregnant. Dudes could bust nuts up in you all day. If you got a new pussy, they could bust. You still can't get pregnant. You know, so it's like, fine, you want to believe that, but let's say you was a biological man who transitioned into a woman. Now you meet a man, right, who identifies as a man. He sees you as a woman, and so what are they saying? That person doesn't have to say they were a biological man at one point? What if that dude wants kids?
Right.
And he marries you and you can't give him kids. And they're trying to figure out why. And he goes to the doctor and he goes, oh, well, it's simple. Your wife used to be a male.
Well, now it comes down to anonymity. How the fuck do you say that word?
Yeah. So basically what it comes down to is a period is a part of the menstrual cycle in which blood comprising uterine lining leaves the body. People who do not have ovaries and a uterus do not experience periods.
Bang. AKA males, biological males. Okay.
Splash.
And here's the thing, man.
Go ahead.
What are you going to say?
How long is this?
How long are these explanations for everything? Like everything that you talk about now, it's a menstruating person. You know, it's like it's a
menstruating
woman,
person. You know what I'm saying? A menstruating person. Dude, I saw a thing the other day where, because we were talking about how like the pedos, I talked about this yesterday on stage. I couldn't believe they were with me. I couldn't believe this. Dude, I took this crowd from pedos into dog fuckers and they were fucking with me. It was insane. I was like, yo, you people are fucking nuts. But here's the thing.
The way you say zoophilia, though, I think. I mean, that's just
But it's the same thing with pedos now, dude. There was a guy saying that we should not call them pedophiles because pedophiles is offensive to the person that we're calling a pedophile. They want us to call them MAPs.
Now, fuck that. If we can call women menstruating people, why don't we call pedophiles kid fuckers?
Well, it'd be, yeah. Yeah,
you know
well, I mean, but that sounds bad. They want us to call them MAPS, which is, what is it again? What is MAPS?
Mild adjusted person. Or no,
not mild.
Minor attracted
attracted person. You mean major unadjusted person? No, exactly. Fuck the pedophiles, man. You think I give a shit if I motherfucking offend a pedophile? Suck my adult dick, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you.
That's a threat for one of them. I just can't. I mean,
imagine that's what gets me canceled. That I diss pedophiles because this dude was saying, yo, to call them pedophiles is to, we're offending them. We need to call them MAPS, minor attracted person. What? And that's what I talk about. When they start changing the word to sound nicer, it's so that we can accept it.
Yeah. Yo, there's a TV show on Netflix called Old Enough. It's I think the Japanese kids, when they first go to the store and shit, they're like 3 years old. So they record these kids on their first trip to the store without their parents at 3 years old. And I
90% of them got picked up by vans.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why they put the TV show to follow them, because it's a little security. But apparently it is so safe there that that's what they've been doing for years. They send their kids out the first trip when they're like 3 years old.
It was like the candy store, right? It was like they have like a candy store or something that they go to, right? Isn't it like
No, it's an errand. It's an errand for the family. They'll send them for fish or candy, whatever the family needs. Just like
they need something from the store. If I needed wraps for my blunt, I could send my 3-year-old go get me some wraps.
Yeah, and that's what the show is. And it's funny because this is a tradition in their country where they start their kids young on going to run errands for the family, being a productive member of the family, to teach them to be a productive member of society. That's fantastic. I think the reason the show is on Netflix is to normalize grooming, to normalize that, oh, look, this kid's old enough at 3 years old to go to the store. Right. I mean, by the time he's 9, he can suck my dick, right? Like,
it's all grooming.
Right.
Dude, they got in grade schools, they're doing fucking whatchamacallit shows. What are those shows again? Drag. That they do down the hall, drag shows, and this video you can go on.
We pulled up. They have child drag shows, bro. Yes,
child drag shows where the parents give the children money, and they're putting dollars in the G strings of grown men in G strings.
The children are putting money in G strings of adults.
Yep, and the dudes are twerking. They twerking. I can say the dudes, right? Because they don't identify as women, do they?
You can't say, well,
do drags, what do we call them now? Drag queens, do they identify?
Queens. Yeah, call them queens.
Do they identify as women? You know, or is it just that they just like to dress as women? And
it depends on the queen, bro.
I guess it depends on the queen. I'm talking out of ignorance, people. I'm not trying to offend nobody now.
But the thing with queens, though, is it's supposed to be about the costume also, you know?
See, that's what I'm saying. Isn't drag more about
art? There have been times, man, because my girl watches RuPaul's Drag Race, and she said back in the day, RuPaul is catching heat from way back in the day on a show where you could only be a man and do it, you know? But now they'll have transgender women on the show where that used to not be included.
Look at that. Well, looky.
Well, that's the shit that happens. I mean, look, the bottom line is, are you inclusive, right? So, like, I don't care that Gary is like, I'm going to call you a guy because you look like a guy. The bottom line, he's still inclusive. You don't have a problem with you. You're still welcome in Gary's presence. He'll still spend time with you. He'll still talk to you. He'll still give you the same respect he'll give to anyone else. And that's the reason he's got a fucking problem with it. I mean, I understand how you feel, bro. Like, it makes perfect sense to me.
And here's the thing. I could take it, man. I'm 51. I could take it. You know what I'm saying? But like, when you start teaching this shit to the kids, you're fucking with their heads. Mm-hmm. You're fucking with their heads.
Yeah, bringing this shit into kids.
And here's the thing. Here's the question I got. All right. Why is it that if a person thinks that they're another thing, right, that's fine. But if a person has body dysmorphia, is that what it's called? Body dysmorphia, where they believe that they shouldn't have an arm, or they believe they shouldn't have a leg. They believe they should be handicapped, right? There's a woman who went and she poured bleach in her eyes because she believed that she should be blind. And we call that, I think it's called body dysmorphia. In other words, you don't feel.
It's called Darwin's theory of evolution. It's called survival of the fittest is what it's called. If you believe that you need to be blind and you pour bleach in your eyes,
you should be blind.
You should be blind. It's fucking, yeah. That's it, man. Yeah, I accept that person too. I accept them.
You think that person wants to get into music and be able to do this move? Is that what it is? They just want to be able to do that move?
I've never seen a person with sight do that move.
It's just like, so it's like with other things, we'll sit there and we'll say, oh, wait a minute. There's something off here. You know what I'm saying? We're not just going to cut off your arm. There's something off with you right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, something's off. We have to figure out what it is. You know, same thing with, like, if I want to identify as a car. You know, I'm pretty sure, I hope that there's a doctor out there that would say to me, gee, you're not a car.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think they'll be like, what brand? They'll be like, yo, what mark are you? You a Hyundai? Tell me about it. Come on, what kind of gas we got to put in you? We want to make sure that we.
He's a Honda, but it was made in Mexico.
It was made in Puerto Rico. But here's the thing. I want to identify as a millionaire. I identify as a millionaire. Every single dollar that I have feels like $100 bill. When I look at it, it's $100 bill. Every coin that I have looks gold. As far as I'm concerned, they're gold. So now, would people have to receive that? Would I be able to go with 5 singles and buy a 70-inch color TV at Walmart? Because I identify as a millionaire, and those are $100 bills. I just gave you $500 bills.
I don't know.
Where do we draw the line?
You have to say it's a screen of color, not a color TV, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, man, it's saying color TV racist now.
Oh, wait, what the fuck?
What happened?
Oh,
did you fuck us up?
No, I had I guess I'm not logged into this to the Zoom meeting appropriately. Hold on one second. Now we're good. Continue on with the show.
Have you been here for this show, or like has this show been going on without you?
No, the show's been going on, but it just said we have 10 minutes left on the free meeting. But I guess I'm not logged in. It's bizarre.
Okay.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, I see time left. I've never seen that before.
No, we haven't paid account. It's not logged in.
Are we gonna be able to do that, or we gonna have to pick this up and edit?
I swear we paid the bill. They're gonna turn the show off, but that's just technical difficulties. All right, the bill's been paid.
That's my life right there. That's my life. I'm always wondering why my internet.
This show's gonna have to be done in 2 parts.
All right, yeah, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, people. We'll be right back. All right.
No, keep going. We got another 8 minutes.
You might as well thing and let's go on, man. Sorry about that, man. We had a little break in the action, man. Our producer, he isn't always on point. 90% of the time he is, but
it's Sunday, bro. You know what happened? I burnt the bacon this morning too when I was making fucking breakfast.
One of those days.
One of those days.
I get it.
And I just spilled water on myself.
Oh, you are a fucking mess.
All right. Well, we are back for the thrilling conclusion to gender confusion. I
mean, like my whole shit is just simply like, listen, man, I accept everybody, but stop fucking with the bullshit of there is no such thing as what a man is. Because once you remove,
there's real effects to all this shit, Gary. There's real effects. All right. So,
of course there is.
In Sweden, they did a study with kids that were like school aged, right? And they were school aged and changed their gender. And there was a much higher percentage of suicide among those school aged children that changed their gender. What's happening is you're allowing these kids who can't make decisions like, whether to make a right or a left turn or how to use their fucking blinker. Like they're not allowed to drive yet. They're not allowed to operate
can't even get a tattoo.
They can't get a tattoo. They can't join the military.
Can't even get a tattoo, but they can lop shit off their bodies.
Like, you can't have beer yet. No, but you can cut your dick off. No problem. Yeah, no, that's fine. That makes sense.
I'm sorry, them doctors should go straight to fucking jail.
I agree. I 100%.
Your Honor, they're guilty and they should go straight to fucking jail. And Justice for All. One of the best movies ever made. You ever seen it, Brian? You seen Justice for All, Ray? With Al Pacino?
No. I don't think so.
I'm very upset at you, Ray. Brian, I expect this from. But I'm a little upset at you. And Justice for All, one of the best Al Pacino movies ever fucking made. One of the best endings in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, the movie is just so fucking good, man. Big up to Justice for All. But yeah, I mean, this shit's just getting fucking crazy. And there was something else I wanted to talk about too that I can't. Because they were also saying now that there's some kids that go to school and they identify as cats and dogs. And they'll, instead of answering questions, they'll meow, they'll purr. And the teacher's not allowed to tell that little motherfucker, stop fucking purring and answer the fucking question. Hey, you've been doing good.
This is why I say it's Darwin's theory, man, because I feel like they know it. Like COVID, they want to kill everybody and get, the food chain supply. They're attacking the food chain supply. They want people to die. You know what I mean? And allowing kids to be dogs and cats in school. Well, that's how those people will never learn anything and most likely die a few years out of high school. They're trying. It's all fucking population control, bro.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that, yo. The food shortage. When was the last time there was a food shortage? Could you please look that up for me, Brian? When was our last food shortage or baby formula shortage?
Very good question.
If your baby's on baby formula, well, guess what? Put it on your tit.
Yeah.
Straight up, you have baby formula. You know what I'm saying? It's in your tits. Now, I can understand that there's some women that don't lactate. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing y'all, but I'm just saying, if you're one of those chicks that don't want your baby sucking on your nipple because it winds up making your fucking titty sag a little bit or whatever it does to your tits.
Yeah. So one thing I was talking to my boy, the fertilizer prices have skyrocketed also. So there's a lot of like the corn industry, like they're not going to make a lot of, like their profits are going to be a lot lower.
Well, no, because they're going to raise their prices.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously they're going to raise the price, or it's going to, people aren't going to buy it. Either or.
Listen, people, did you think they were really giving you money for free? They gave everybody $1,200. They were giving us $800 a week for a while, right? 3 or 2 from the fucking, some people were making more. Then they were giving us the extra 500. So they gave us what? I think that year in taxes, I did like what? Maybe $20,000. That's probably what I made that year when they had me, and they had me not working. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers want to talk shit. They made us not work, which is why they were forced to give people money to survive.
And they didn't give you shit, bro. They gave you fucking pennies to drop in a bucket to what they gave the Ukraine, to what they give fucking any other
40 billion to the Ukraine recently.
Yeah, right, bro. My rent went up like 28%.
Everything went up. So now what they did was they gave us like $20,000-$30,000. Some people might have made 35, whatever. And I've already probably paid more than that back, probably in gas prices, tolls, food.
Yeah, what's the gas like down there, bro?
Has went up. $5.
What about Costa Rica? How much is it? What do they do by the liter? I assume
it's by the liter. Costa Rican colones. When I left, 958 colones was 1 liter. There's 3.75 liters in a gallon. The conversion rate is 681, so it's somewhere around like $5.50 to $6 a gallon.
Damn, really?
Wow.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be cheaper down there.
And why you think that is?
I mean, it's global, bro.
And we all know they're trying to push the electric cars. You know what I'm saying? So of course, why spend all the money?
I don't really think they are though, man. I don't think they are really. Nah, I don't really think they're trying to push the electric cars. I think some people want them.
Have I fucking been wrong yet? Just because they're not showing
tons
it.
Of times. Dude, you can't be wrong when you're making predictions about the fucking future. You can't ever be wrong because it hasn't happened yet.
But wait a minute.
Have any of my predictions 30 years in the future been wrong? No.
Hold on a second.
Not yet.
Of course not. No, yeah, they've never been wrong.
Listen, you fucking gobbling turkey. Fucking, let's go back to episode 1. And what I said was gonna transpire. And Ray, we were talking about this shit a lot where I kept saying, watch what's gonna happen, right? So far, I'm not saying I'm fucking this dude that could predict I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I could read the signs of the times. The same way when the breeze is coming and the leaves are changing, that fall is on its way. And when you start to see the fucking ice fucking popping up and winter's here. And you can tell that spring is coming because you see the signs of the times. You see the signs of the season. The same way you can see the signs of the season, motherfucker. Make sure you can see the signs of the time. Watch what the fuck they're doing all around you. All right? Watch what the fuck they're doing all around you. And they're coming from all these fucking angles, dude.
Every angle.
You're telling me I'm going to be wrong? I'm not going to be wrong, dude. They want electric cars. And they're trying to take care of all those fucking people that are like, how are you going to put us out of business? Don't worry. We're going to take care of you. You're going to get to make another couple of billion before we fucking put you out. And then we'll also make you the motherfucking charging stations. See, and that's the funny thing. They're talking about, everybody talking about those electric car shits. Guess what's going to happen when everyone has electric cars? To plug in, you're going to have to pay.
Of course.
Right now, I think when you pull up, you don't pay, right?
It depends. Now, on some of them, you do pay. A lot of them, you don't, though.
A lot of them, you don't. And that was the whole thing.
But if you have a charger, like if you have a home charger, you're paying to charge it at your crib, but you are getting tax credits from the feds. But yeah, man, it's going to get expensive. It's going to make electric expensive. Electric already is expensive. So special fuck you shout out to Florida Power and Light. I wanted to thank them for the deposit that they refunded to me, but they said it was an improper refund. And now we're charging me a higher deposit. I want it back. I eviscerated.
Well, big up to Jersey. Big up to Atlantic City Electric because I haven't paid in 5 months and my shit's still on. They fucked up because I called them up one time to pay. And I was like, I just want to make sure you don't take my stuff, my shit off. And they were like, we can't take your electric off. I said, what? They said, yeah, we can't turn off your electric. I said, oh, okay. That bill went all the way to the bottom of the list of how bills get paid.
What do you mean? Like, why won't they turn your electric off?
I didn't ask, dude. I don't ask those questions. The motherfucker telling me they can't do something that's going to help me out. That's helping me out. You got it, baby. I'm not asking those. Now, if he would have said, they could turn it off a week before my bills due, I'd have been like, well, what do you mean? How can you turn it off? Like, if it would have worked against me, I would have asked a lot of questions.
Yeah.
When I lived in Staten Island, I had this beat down red van. It was in my driveway here in Atlantic City when I got here for like the first 3 years. That van, I parked.
You had a lot of beat down. Everything's not.
Yeah, I know. I like to fix stuff, But I parked
what you
this
do
van.
is you like to start fixing shit. This motherfucker started a pool.
Talking about me and my personal problems.
He started a pool in his backyard.
He
dug out a pool. And now he just got a big hole in his backyard.
Oh, that fucking pool is the greatest failure of my life, man. I was almost done. I had the walls almost up, and the neighbors called on me. And the thing is, in Jersey, in Atlantic City at least, when you put up something like a pool, if it's already up, they can't tell you to get permits. As long as everything is up to code, you're good. So I was like, fuck getting permits. I rent here. I'm going to just put the shit up and it's going to be up to code and we'll be good and whatever. And my neighbors called on me and a cocksucking fucking inspector showed up while I was digging the fucking hole. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
And he was left with a big hole in his yard and a truck full of dirt.
I sold the truck with the dirt still in the flatbed. There was shit growing in it.
Yes.
Yo, but
dirt.
In Staten Island, I parked that van right up against the meters because the meters don't belong to you; they belong to the electric company. So you have to allow, you can't touch them. So I just parked the van where the meter readers couldn't get close enough to read the meter, so the bills would show up and they would estimate every bill, but they couldn't take the fucking meter off. So I never had to pay it.
Gotta know the loopholes, baby. You gotta know the loopholes, man.
Yep.
Everything's a hustle, son.
Yeah, and get to know your local electricians because there's ways to modify those meters. So that they call meter beaters.
Meter beaters.
Yeah, the cost of electric is unfair all over the world. Okay, it should be you should be allowed to harvest electricity through the sun. You should be allowed to harvest water through the rain. There's so many places where these things are legal.
Yeah, you can't do that in America. You can't collect rainwater. Can you do it in New Jersey? No, right? You can't do it anywhere.
I can do it in Costa Rica. I do.
Costa Rica, you could do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't collect rainwater, dog. What kind of shit is that?
I didn't know that.
You're not allowed to collect what God gives you for free. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? We gotta let that shit just evaporate again so we could charge you for your fucking water.
And the thing about the electric cars too, they're Cobalt mines. The Cobalt mines have like these children going down getting the cobalt that they use to make these batteries.
Yeah.
So every industry that we love, every industry that's so wonderful. I mean, coffee is like children fucking slave labor,
I know, but see, the thing is with coffee, all the fair trade, single origin coffee, it just sucks,
It doesn't. You got to taste the suffering.
Yeah, I like conflict coffee. That's what I like. High conflict coffee. Oh man, let's look at these Cobalt mines.
Yeah,
coffee. Everything is Starbucks, man. People over there ordering their mochas and whatever. You know how many people get murdered for that coffee to get over here, son? That shit's like drugs. That's legal cartel shit going on with that coffee shit. I saw a board. I can't remember it though. It was a while ago that I read, but they were talking about how like the cartels be like, muscling these places that grow coffee. They be muscling. It's like people get murked behind that coffee. And they were saying Starbucks was one of the biggest. Once again, don't quote me on that, but
yeah, look at this shit. There's your workers. That's how your electric car batteries are being made. You're saving the planet one dead kid at a time.
Hit the volume.
This is from whatever. Fuck it.
They turn us off all the time anyway. We're not making no money off this shit. But what they're doing? They're collecting what? This is the Cobalt mines?
Yeah.
All right.
He looks happy.
Yeah, he looks really happy, man.
Why does he look so happy? Oh shit, we're about to get. All right, I guess it's okay. They're not.
See, but wait a minute, man. Here's the thing. Look behind that kid. You see any kids fucking doing any digging? How do we know they didn't just put that kid up there? Show me a kid digging.
All right, hold on.
We saw a kid carrying in the beginning.
Yo, that kid look old enough to work, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying like we raise our kids too fucking soft now. Now that other little kid, he looks. No one could have wiped his fucking booger. No one could have told. All right, but look, those kids ain't working. I just see them chilling. Maybe the fathers have to bring their kids to work. Okay, now we're in the mines.
Okay.
That wasn't a kid in that mine. Those look like pretty clean clothes to be in some mines. What are they doing? Picking some dirt? Maybe that's a game they play, dude. What else do they got to do out there?
That's a sandbox, bro. They showed up in the fucking park and they like video. Oh no, this is the Cobalt mines. Oh, he's sifting. That kid looks like he's having a hard time.
I mean, they got them sifting. What else are they gonna do? They probably play it like a game, yo. I mean, I didn't see no kids in the mine.
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, you're talking about the electric car industry. Do those people look like they were paid a decent wage, or they were given like safe working conditions, or like any kind of like? Did you see anybody?
Well, that's a whole other argument.
I mean,
I'm just saying, like they're saying they got kids going into the mines. I didn't see that in that video. I saw a lot of
one video, dog.
I'm just saying I didn't see it in that video. I'm going off that video. People, look, I'm not telling you to quote me on shit, man. I'm not telling you. Look, I got a GED.
A minute ago, you were Nostradamus. Now we can't quote you.
I told you I wasn't Nostradamus. I just couldn't remember his name. All the shit that I talk is just common sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just common sense. It's not like I'm sitting here looking at shit through some sort of crazy. I'm just looking at the flow that things are going, man. You know, if you driving straight on a highway, you know, and you don't turn the wheel and you start seeing a fucking turn and a mountain behind it and you don't want to turn the wheel, guess what's going to happen? You're going to hit that mountain. I could tell you that from 2 miles away.
What if you identify as turning the wheel?
You're still going to hit that mountain.
And I guess that's that concludes the previous argument.
You know, but it just becomes ridiculous, man. And that's the thing. Everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody needs to be validated. And the truth of the matter is, fuck you. You don't need to be. No one needs to validate me. No one needs to accept me. You don't have to. I don't even want to be identified. I say it all the time. If I'm ever in a lineup, please don't identify me.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It's all just ridiculous. And honestly, I wish I didn't have to care, but it's like you said, there are repercussions that come out of this shit.
All right.
You know, there's repercussions. And I also think it's part of the thing of all, like, you know, the emasculation, or what is it? Is it emasculation? Is that the word?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of men.
Society, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Age of Aquarius, you know, fucking everything's going to be feminine and blah, blah, blah. Like
if you know, a society of weak men is an easy society to take over and control. You know, that's just facts. Mm-hmm. And what about, have you heard this thing about Latinx? Have you heard about that?
I think Ray identifies as Latinx.
I am a Latinx. It's Latinx.
Say it right. It's Latinx. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Could you bring that up so I could actually understand what the fuck that is?
Yeah, I think so.
Latinx, so they know about this in Costa Rica, or is it just because you follow motherfuckers in America on Facebook and Instagram?
Latinx isn't new, man. I knew about that before I went to Costa Rica. Latinx is just another. It's another
American
like
English, sometimes used to refer to people of Latin American cultural or ethnic identity in the United States. The gender-neutral suffix replaces the OA ending of Latino or Latina. They are typically of grammatical gender. So what they're trying to do, though, is basically change the whole fucking language of Spanish.
Exactly. Could you imagine?
Are you fucking trying to change our motherfucking language?
That's it. Now we just put an X at the end of every word, and there's no more O's or A's, and that's it.
They're literally trying to change the fucking language. That's what's going on there. That's what's going on there. I don't even know the fucking language. I mean, I do. I know how to say, you know, pen acá. I know how to say pa fuera. I know how to say tuámate la cara. I know all the shit that my mother used to yell at me. Right. You know, but I also know that, you know, the language is based in feminine and masculine, right? I'm not bugging. I took 2 years of Spanish, and that's all I learned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's that one of the most commonly said words in Costa Rica is playo, playazo, which is it means faggot. it's gay, you know, and it's people saying it for fun to each other that aren't gay. Playo, playazo. That's like you hear that shit all the time, and it's just people. They say it jokingly, they laugh, they move on with it.
We're in Costa Rica.
Yeah. There's no like resentment over words over there. People just speak the language. I don't know. It bugs me out because you go into a store that's owned by somebody from China and they'll call them the China, or the Chino.
Yes.
Whoever's in it. And they're just like, yeah, like it's perfectly normal. They don't care. They're being
he always said the
identified
Chinos.
Yeah. That's the thing though with Hispanics and Black, really. The white culture is not like that. Like in those two, I've noticed more so than white, you're referred to by what you look like. Almost always. Like any nickname I've gotten from a Spanish person has been something to do with me being thin and tall.
Flaco,
know? Yeah,
but Flaco.
I got Pantera Rosa, which was like the Pink Panther. I've gotten that before.
That's cool.
And then
that's actually pretty cool.
Suricata, which was the word for meerkat, because they said it looked like the guy from The Lion King. Like real.
Yeah. I see that too.
Dude, honestly, I gotta say, you gotta put on some fucking weight. I don't think you've earned the right to wear a tank top.
I earned the right to wear the tank top when I flew this far south.
Yeah,
you use your arms? Is that why you lost all your weight? Did you fly there on your own?
Yo. Do it. No, I know what it's like to live in a fucking super hot climate, bro. Costa Rica, sometimes it's just way too hot.
Man, it really is. Some days you're just like, oh my God, it's an inferno. It's so
Would you rather
humid
be cold and snowing?
No.
I cannot. But there is a point where you're like, "Fuck, I can't take any more clothes off." Like,
that's the funny thing. I hate when people go, "Would you rather be hot or you rather be cold?" Can we have like a medium?
That'd be nice.
I think we could all agree that too much of anything, if it's too hot, that's mad uncomfortable, and if it's too cold, that sucks. So it's like, no, I don't want an extreme temperature in either direction. I want a nice little, dance around 75 to 65, dance around there. That's what we do to dance. Anything low is like, what is the reason? Why does it need to be in Atlantic City 5 below? How does that help anybody?
It doesn't. I mean, if it's that temperature all the time, at least you can get used to it. I mean, that's the thing about Costa Rica. It's always hot. I think so. I mean, I get used to it. The heat don't bother me, and I know that you get used to the cold because, like, there's a whole.
What about your fiance?
No, she ain't get used to shit. She still don't like the heat. She's Puerto Rican, like 100% Puerto Rican, and nope, she was not feeling it. She was uncomfortable in the heat all the time, and it was not fun for anyone.
I found it very.
I want to say that men kind of adapt to uncomfortable situations better than women. I would like to say that, but I've watched too much of Naked and Afraid, where you be seeing these bitch dudes on there fucking complaining and moaning the whole time. And then they got some little fucking tree muncher helping them out, doing all the work. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck up, man. Throwing up and shitting. That's what he's doing the whole time. That's just the fucking worst. You ever watched Naked and Afraid?
No.
You never watched it?
No. I'm not one for reality shows.
Dude, let me tell you something. Everybody, listen, pay attention. You got to watch those shows sometimes.
Whenever Gary says pay attention, that's the part. That's your cue to tune out.
All right, you know what? You can do that. But when Armageddon hits and the zombie apocalypse comes and you got to head out into the jungle just to get away from everybody and your ass can't start a fire. Well, you can start a fire just from fucking rubbing your fucking arms together right now and shit. As long as you let your arm hairs grow. You just, get a big flame and shit. You just light it and then dunk it in the water.
This is exactly what I was talking about. You see, this is the part where just
right. Yeah. It's amazing.
No, but see, you just made me go off. You made me go off. What I was going to say is you watch these shows, right? Because although it's all bullshit, they do show you basic survival things. You know what I'm saying? You'll see some dudes like to get food, make some fucking cool traps out of the shit that's laying around. No doubt they probably threw that shit around for them to get it. But if you pay attention, you never know when you're in that situation, how much of that shit was actually stored in your brain. And you might be able to go, wait a minute, I saw something once. Even if it's as simple as taking salt water, or your urine, and making it drinkable. Even if it's something as simple as that.
Yeah, just
my urine is always drinkable, dude. It's real easy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, I think there's a way to sterilize it, or is urine sterilized already?
No, you have to. It depends on your diet. I know this because of these crazy holistic fucking maniacs, these Ayurvedic fucking hippies, these psycho people in fucking Costa Rica that really, all the expat, the white people in Costa Rica, they're all these hippies, man. They're like, and so they think
really?
it's called, oh yeah. And it's called urine therapy, where they'll fast for a certain amount of time and like build it up until their urine comes out clear, and they call it fucking liquid gold. And they say that it's the best thing for any.
Why don't they call it liquid silver?
I guess it's clear at that point. I don't know. They say it's amazing. Great for your body.
It's kind of like Pepsi Clear.
So fucking gross. It's a real thing.
But it's liquid gold. So what do they do with it?
They drink it.
They drink it, dog.
Yeah. Do they put it on ice? Like, do they make it cold at least?
No, they put a little rum in it and make it a cocktail.
Ba-bang. A cocktail, because it comes from the cock.
God, that was oh God. What's it called? There's fucking crazy people there.
What should we call it?
What should you call it? Do they serve that on tap? Are there any places that have like a bar, urine bar? Are there urine bars out there?
No, it's just a bunch of crazy fucking people, bro. They do ayahuasca. Like the shit is, bro. There's a drug out there called Sanenga that they're like, this is what the Amazonian warriors used to do before they go on a hunt. They would drip this in their eyes, and then afterwards, all your worries go away. You don't care about any of your problems, and you're only focused on the hunt. And it's a great euphoria. I fucking put this shit in my eyes, bro. Yo, you did it? Yeah, it burns like you would not believe. The reason that you don't worry about your problems anymore is because you are happy you're able to see again. It's the
reason why you're not worried about any of your problems, because you're only focused on the one problem you got right now. Exactly. Which is your eyes are on fire and you think you just made yourself blind.
100%. That's the reason the drug works. And I'm like, bro, you guys are just fucking nuts. And it doesn't
Did you feel any kind of euphoria?
It's not psychoactive, is it?
No, it doesn't do anything.
It just burns your eyes.
It seems like you should have done a little more research, bro. Before you started dropping that shit in your eyes, bro.
Dude, I took
always 1 minute to realize it wasn't psychoactive.
Bro, okay. I didn't know. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I looked it up and it was like, oh, it's an Anka. Warriors really did this. Oh, it's great. It was the same bullshit these guys.
Yeah, Warriors did it. And like you said, their shit was gone because all they were worried about their eyes. And yes, they were angry because their eyes were on fire. So they were down to fucking kill people.
The dumbest thing ever.
Their thought was,
it will improve your vision a little bit.
Did it improve your vision?
Oh, it was pretty good before. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it improves your vision.
How about the ayahuasca, Ray? Have you done the ayahuasca down there?
So I haven't done the ayahuasca. Natalia did the Wachuma, which comes from the peyote cactus.
Oh shit!
Oh, what do you drop that in? Please don't tell me like your eyeballs or your fucking
anus.
Nah, that's just
in the eye of your penis.
This is actually, I'm pretty sure it's from the fucking, what cactus is the Wachuma from?
San Pedro.
It's the San Pedro cactus, and this shit is like one of the most psychoactive drugs like on the planet. But I
see a lot of it gone. So what's the trip like?
Well, no, she microdoses it, so I don't think
really
she uses it to like, but microdosing psychedelics is just a good way to like clear your mind and be in a better.
Dude, 100%. But I've never heard of anybody doing it with San Pedro. That's crazy.
That one, Natalia did, and it worked.
Wow,
it worked great for her. She said she felt a lot happier. She had more energy.
She seemed very happy when we see both of you guys. Seemed like, your energy was fucking rocking. It was good to see both of y'all, man. She seemed very happy. Big up to Natalia.
Because she was high, bro.
Because she was. Yeah, I mean,
no, she hasn't actually taken the Wachuma in a few months. This is and it's something that you don't want to do all the time, especially with microdosing. You want to just
a couple days and then off.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like psychedelics, because it's nothing you really want to do all the time.
No,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't feel like, what if you get hooked on that? Who the fuck wants to feel like that all the time?
Well, I can't. Yeah, that means I want to live in the fucking non-reality, like, because that's what I like. I like acid. I like mushrooms. When I take those kinds of psychedelics, I take full on doses, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes mini dosing is cool. I don't like micro dosing. I don't really need at the moment, but I would do the therapy, you know. I would do that.
I think we spoke about this once on the podcast, but my two favorite fucking that I can remember of tripping was when we ate those mushrooms, me and Ray and Eric. And what's so crazy is I was upstairs. I was exhausted that day. Remember? I was like, I went right upstairs and I went right into the beanbag. And then this motherfucker says, yo, G. I come to the door. I'm like, yo, what's up? He goes, you want to do some mushrooms? And I was like, nah, dude, I'm exhausted. And he goes, all right, well, me and Eric are going to do some mushrooms. And I went, all right, I'll do some mushrooms. I'm so easily swayed. And then we took these mushrooms. And
craziest trip of my fucking life, man.
I'm not going to lie. They were probably the strongest mushrooms I ever took. I would like blink. And every time my eyes closed, even for a millisecond, I was in DMT land. Straight up DMT land. Pieces coming at me and all kind. I'm a sneeze. Achoo, DMT land.
Yeah,
it was insane.
It wouldn't.
What kind of mushrooms were they?
Amazonians.
They were the most potent ones I've ever took. We all took an eighth.
Oh, okay.
And here's the
that's
thing,
why,
man,
dude. Like mushrooms, like
you know what I just noticed though? We all took an eighth, right? This motherfucker. How tall are you?
6'1".
And how much did you weigh at the time? You lost like 60. So how much did you weigh at the time?
I was probably about 250, 260.
250. Like and Eric is about your same height.
Eric's over 300 pounds.
But not at the time. Not at the time that we did the mushrooms. He was about
still
like
close to 300 pounds. That's kind of like
yeah. And I'm 5'4", and I'm 5'4", 128 pounds. I dabble between 128, 130. That's why I dabble, but I'm at a steady 128 now, right? Because I got a little bit of a belly. And I took the same amount that these motherfuckers took.
But doesn't our brain all weigh the same amount? Isn't our brain the same amount of mass that gets affected?
No, I think your weight has something to do with the intake. Double check that for me.
Well, so the other thing with mushrooms too is, especially if you're just eating them, each cap is going to have different levels of psilocybin and psilocybin.
Yeah, you really don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, like I mean, you could each have an eighth of mushrooms. It's going to have way different, volume of, of active.
Yeah, that's true.
The best thing you got to do is grind them down. Like the law of averages, it should split it up.
One thing I did learn is I never had the mushrooms that I've taken in the States. I think were all like sterile mushrooms grown in tubs and shit. And the mushrooms that I had in Costa Rica were grown like wild and
picked.
So there's a totally different vibe, a totally different trip. Like the mushrooms I tripped on here were all like the product of what was going on inside my brain, whereas the mushrooms from the earth were bringing like energy from the earth, the fucking greater mycelium that connects all the fucking living plants. Like very different trip. So I gotta say that was pretty cool. If you're taking mushrooms from a sterile environment, definitely try some fucking naturally grown mushrooms because.
Yeah, I'm glad that day, dude. I went upstairs to finally try to. We lost Eric very early in the day, and very early in that trip, we just lost him. He went up to his room and never came out. Yeah. And then I went up to go to sleep. I was exhausted. I couldn't sleep. Really, I was sitting there in his beanbag. I was sunk in this beanbag, and I swear, it just felt like the beanbag was all the way up here, and I was just sunk in it, and I just had tears, just dripping because I couldn't go to sleep, and it was just like I was like I'm so exhausted, and then finally, I don't know, it must have been like about maybe 5 a.m. because the sun was about to come up. Because when we started talking and the sun came up, I go downstairs. I'm like on the wall, crawling down. I'm so exhausted, I can't sleep. I said, let me get a roach. Let me get a clip out of one of the ashtrays because those shit was always filled with clips. I said, let me smoke a little. That'll bring me down. I get down there and Ray's just pacing back and forth. He's, oh my God, you're up. I'm so glad you're fucking up. He's like, I'm having the worst trip of my life. I don't know if I have to shit or throw up, but I can't do either.
Oh, what a fucking miserable night.
And then we see Eric later on the day. He's like, I had the worst trip of my life. I had the best trip of my life to a certain point. Once it started coming down and then I was just exhausted and I couldn't get to sleep, that's when it became a very bad trip because I had to go sell tickets at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I still went and sold tickets.
You did.
Buzzing. I was buzzing. I still winning sold tickets.
Yeah,
but that part sucked because I couldn't go to sleep, man. The tears. I ain't never sitting there. The tears. I wasn't even wiping them no more. They were running down my neck.
So I couldn't do any. My brain kept telling my body that fucking it had to do everything. It's like, yo, you got to shit, and I try one more. Oh, yo, you got to go. You got to pee. Nope, that's not happening. Oh, you got to sleep, and I try that, and I close my eyes and fucking just like hands flying at my face. Like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Dude, it was so intense. It was so intense.
Yeah, I found out recently because I didn't know that you could just take like a gram of mushrooms. You don't have to take 3-4
Dude,
grams.
you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Yeah, a gram of mushrooms is nice, man. You're gonna be nice.
I didn't know that, bro. I swear to God, I just found that out in Costa Rica, and I've been taking mushrooms for like 20 years. Like, you know.
But did you look up? Did you look up to see about the weight? Did it say that it's kind of weight specific, or it doesn't matter?
Mushroom dosage based on body weight.
Because I be feeling like I gotta stop trying to hang with these big boys, man. Everybody's bigger than me.
Yeah, but you got more tolerance for a lot of things.
I do have a lot of tolerance, man.
Yeah.
Which is strange because I can't tolerate a lot of things.
Yeah, it's got to balance out one way or another. It's like, yeah, I got a lot of tolerance for drugs, but not for your bullshit.
Oh shit, man. What do you got for me, Brian?
I'm looking.
Yo,
Yeah,
Ray,
it doesn't really say anything about your body weight.
All right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is just a brain thing. But I would also think though the digestive system and stuff like that.
Yeah, what makes more of a difference is how much food you have in your stomach.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like anything else.
This is good information. It's good information.
Yeah,
now we've become
like a lot of people are saying, like shrooms are they're fucking weird, man. You know, there's hundreds of thousands of millions and trillions of different kinds of mushrooms that we don't really even know what they are. You know, we categorize mushrooms as what they are because we don't have.
Did you just say
something else to categorize them as? What?
Did you just say trillions?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
is that factual?
Yeah, there's
trillions.
Yeah, you got to watch Fantastic Fungi on Netflix, bro. That's it'll tell you all about the mycelium that connects all.
I had a bunch of people, including my son, coming at me for the turtle thing. You know, well, when turtles get caught in the 6-pack dispensers.
Yeah.
And then like they get caught and they grow around it. And I had said that I'm really not buying that. You know, I'm not buying. I feel like someone takes the turtle and puts it on them and then sets them in the water until it grows around them. Because I don't think a turtle on its own, because it's not like it got legs that are big enough to move that shit. Like, in other words, if it gets stuck, wouldn't it get stuck either right above the arms or right under the arms? Because it can't do this. It doesn't have length on its arms. It's like this. So these things, right? How did that get that far down on him?
Turtles start out mad small.
Yeah, but if it was, come on, you want me to believe that turtle swam through at a point where it could fit through. Somehow it got stuck in the middle and then continued to grow, and that didn't stretch or break.
Doesn't make much sense, G.
Don't think I'm buying it. I got a lot of feedback on that because people are like, yeah, the shells are soft and it grows. And I get that. I understand that if I took a turtle and put that shit over his arms and got it stuck in the middle or like right above the middle, yeah, then that's what's going to happen. But then I also we didn't see no pictures of more than one turtle. How come, because my son threw at me, well, sometimes it's a bunch of groups of turtles, and if they're going, one could get, and I'm like,
maybe
okay,
like 6 of them get stuck in a 6-pack?
How come there's not a 6-pack of turtles? Where's the picture of the 6-pack of turtles? That more than one got caught.
I don't know.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to see that. Because the way I'm thinking is this.
It's very sad. It's very sad to look at.
I don't want to look at it, but I'm just saying, they have little arms. You understand? It's like if it's small enough for its arms to get through, right? Isn't it also small enough to keep moving, or does it stay there and wait till it grows? Does it roll? Does it go halfway in and it goes, let me stay here and grow a little bit? And then now it's like a belt.
No, I don't even see why this is fucking you up so much, bro. I mean,
I think we need more of this. We need more of this. I would like to see more seagulls get stuck in six-pack.
All right, now you're gonna tell me that seagull didn't get that shit off its face? I can get a picture of that anywhere on the boardwalk.
Yeah. There's no way he didn't get that off his face.
It's in his mouth.
Oh, it's in his mouth. He's just chewing on it.
He's just chewing on it, man.
This
is what I'm talking about.
Fittest.
This is the shit I'm talking about. No, it doesn't matter to me, but I was just saying a lot of people were like, dude, they have soft shells and this, that, but they're missing the point that I'm making is that it should have been able to just get right through. Because if you look at the way it's shaped,
it
doesn't have arms where it can work through.
Because they swim. They swim like this, bro. So if he's swimming and his arms are in front of him like this, then the thing could go right.
Wait a minute. They swim. Am I bugging out? A turtle's arms can go that far in front of him?
No, mine no longer. All right, here.
Like, I feel like a turtle's arms don't even go past its neck, like past the shell.
They got flippers, bro. They got flippers. They go down. Yeah. They got flippers. But yeah, what Ray is saying, once it goes over his flippers and it gets around them, listen, because the top of him is skinnier. So once it gets around them, then the turtle can't get out of it because it pushes it back and then it gets stuck on its back. And it gets stuck there and then he keeps growing because he can't push down like off his waist, Like a turtle couldn't take his own pants
so
off.
Low?
Huh?
Well, maybe the pressure of the water. I don't know, man. I'm still not buying it.
All right.
I think PETA goes out there and plants them. That's what I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so they can get the pictures.
Come on, dude. It's all propaganda. Even with those little kids in the mine, that kid had a big booger. You think that's not the reason why they chose him? You think they didn't chose him over like the other ones that didn't look as bad? They were like, nah, give me the kid with the booger and get up close on that booger.
Yeah.
Could you bring that light to the left? Because it makes the booger shine a little brighter.
You think any of those workers could afford a phone? Who do you think was shooting that? I think you're right. I think it was PETA. Someone had to go there with a camera.
I've never seen a turtle with a cell phone.
Me either.
Yeah, right?
Maybe the Ninja Turtles.
Who, by the way, are all symbolic to pedos.
Whoa.
The Ninja Turtles?
Pedophilia.
Oh, no, Maps. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to offend any pedophiles out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's just like the show Old Enough. They're grooming them. They're like, oh, they're teenagers, but they could be ninjas. They could probably fuck too,
Well, you watch Boys, right?
The Boys?
You watch the Boys. Yeah, you watch the Boys, right?
Yeah, I'm almost up to date.
So you watched the first 2 episodes?
I watched the first episode and a little bit of the second one.
Bit of the second one. So we were saying how like those things are just filled with like all crazy shit. They go to a fucking amusement park and it's all gay pride. The whole entire amusement park. What amusement park is this, man? Where are they located? Are they in San Francisco? I don't even know. But it's like they show you sort of.
I don't think they say where they're at.
He jumps in the dude's dick.
Yeah.
I've seen the close-up of the eye of a dick in that movie. And I've seen the inside of a dick, but I haven't seen one tit.
Not yet.
I think it's very unproportioned.
The last time that they showed tits in that show was weird mom tit. Yeah, no, they had like him sucking on Elizabeth Shue's titty and pretending that she was his mom.
Yes. Homelander. Remember that?
Yeah, it was really fucking creepy.
Homelander is such a creepy motherfucker. I love him.
Great actor, bro.
I love him, but the poor guy. The poor guy, though. I'll never look at him like he's not a dick. Doesn't matter what role he plays, man. I'm always gonna look at him like that dude's a dick.
Yeah.
Because Homelander's a dick, but yo, as far as villains go, he's fucking dope, yo.
He's the best, dude.
He's dope.
I love the show. I really think like it's every episode is just incredible. Better than the one before.
Here's the thing: they're building up for home. This other dude. Right, because he can now become a suit. They had that thing where you can become a suit for like 3 hours.
Don't. You got to stop for Ray.
Well, I know that they have the thing that you can become a suit for 24 hours. I know that they're
building up to that.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like they're building up to. I mean, all right, spoiler alerts, people, if you're into the boys and haven't at least watched the first 2 episodes.
In one of the episodes, I saw Homelander show up at Butcher's house right after he got those, right? And so then Homelander says to him straight up, he's like, we want to see, our destiny might be one of fire and brimstone, you know. So I think he tells him right there, I know you have a means in which to fight me, and I'm looking forward to actually fighting you.
Of course. Dude, he was in the house. He was in the house originally because he saw the shadow go by. And that's when he would turn around and go outside.
Right.
He 100% let him know.
And he was gonna dump the V24.
Yes. And that's why he made it.
And then he hit it. Yeah.
And he made him know that he has that shit. He let it be known. So they're building up to that type of thing. But I'm also thinking that dude's not going to take out Homelander, dog. I'm thinking his kid is going to be the one that takes him out.
I mean, probably, but that's how they ended the last season, where the kid is the one that fucked up the chick that was giving Homelander
his mother.
Wait, no, isn't he the one that blasted what was it, Stormfront? What's her name?
Yeah, Stormfront, because she was fucking up the mother. And he wound up killing the mother at that particular point. I don't know if she was fucking, but whatever. He killed the mother too. He killed his mother too.
Yeah.
In the last season.
Yeah. Gotcha. Collateral damage. But I don't think they're going to do that again. What a fucked up mind
that kid's growing up with. Maybe this dude will kill Homelander, and then that kid grows up and becomes the new Homelander. Oh, so many things could happen.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be it. And they're going to bring back this dude, the Captain America, the asshole Captain America guy. They said that he was killed in that episode, but he definitely was not. It was he definitely just left with that helicopter, and he's gonna come back into the show too. So let's see how that goes.
Okay.
I think that this dude is like the Wolverine character, the one that takes the fucking V thing. I think he like he's a different kind of character, but he's got the healing shit. I wouldn't be surprised if some point some claws or something pops out of him.
Butcher.
Yeah.
Butcher. I think Butcher would have been a fucking better Wolverine, dog.
Yeah, for sure. That guy's a great actor.
He would have been a much better Wolverine than the dude they got playing Wolverine. I know that statement alone might be the statement that gets me canceled alone. What do you mean? But I think that dude would have been a better, and it's just an opinion, people. I think he would have been a better Wolverine.
I never liked Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
No, I never liked him. Never.
Never thought he was good. I feel like I'm the only one I've ever heard say that too.
No. I got your back on that one, son. Yeah. Even if me and you were the only 2 people in the world who think that, well, fuck it. See, people, that's what it means when you don't care. I don't have to fit in.
And I didn't like the way they portrayed the character in general. Like, I mean, that's not what didn't look like the Wolverine that I knew from the comics. I mean, aside from everything else, the simple thing is just like how he walked. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Hunch over a little bit, be an animal. Wolverine's an animal.
Yeah.
And I never saw it or felt that shit. I mean, with Hugh Jackman was just like, how ripped can I look before I get on screen? And it's
even though my son makes a point though, because my son goes, Dad, you don't like any of these shits because you read the comics. He goes, I grew up on the movies.
Right.
So they know the characters from the movies, so they accept
whoever it was,
whatever Marvel throws at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't feel
to
that
them,
way
that's Wolverine.
No.
To us, we're like, what?
Now Wolverine, because Wolverine was the best character. I mean, the way that he was portrayed in the comics, he was just a fucking beast, and he was awesome. Yeah. And then now you put this guy in a role, and it just doesn't. This is not the best character you have now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not at all.
So for us, whatever. I don't know. I get it.
They destroyed.
The new MCU movies are good though. I saw
same thing with the Punisher. Same thing with the Punisher. They destroyed the Punisher. The 2 best fucking characters that they had, fucking Wolverine and the Punisher.
Yeah.
And they fucking ruined the Punisher too. That series was the worst fucking series. I don't even know if I sat through the whole thing.
Which one are you talking about? The new one that came out, the Punisher?
The one that was on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
That they had the series.
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
Okay.
You're not missing anything. It's so fucking long-winded. It's so fucking horrible, man. It's so horrible. They fucked up the 2 best fucking dudes that were out there that Marvel had to offer. Well, and Spider-Man they did okay with.
Spider-Man's been good. Then the Multiverse of Madness is just a multiverse of madness. It's madness. It's nonsense. It's not the movie's fucking terrible. I really was not a fan.
Once again, terrible, I won't say, but I wasn't a fan.
No, I was not a fan. It was not put together well. I don't know why they gave Sam Raimi another chance. This is the guy that did Spider-Man 3. Like, although, you know what I will say? I want to know
why they gave him another chance? Because he was willing to do whatever had to be done to get that other chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the fuck he had to do, he did it.
Yeah.
He went that extra mile. He got them some adrenochrome when it was low.
Yeah.
That must have been something.
Sucking somebody's
I talk a lot of shit. I don't even know this man. Just so you know, I don't even know this man.
That's the director who directed the Spider-Man 3. And he directed...
Yeah, but I know nothing about him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just talking out my ass.
If you saw Spider-Man 3, the movie sucked.
Yes.
And they did Multiverse of Madness, and the movie kind of sucks. I mean...
Well, because I feel like this guy wants to put... He knows he's only going to get a couple of movies, and he wants to put every fucking character in whatever movie he does. So he could say, I touched every fucking character.
Yeah, that's cool. But at the end of
every fucking enemy.
At the end of Loki...
Spider-Man 3 has how many enemies in it? You got Sandman, right?
Sandman, Venom. And,
is any of the Goblin motherfuckers in there? No. But there's another one. Is Ock in there?
No. It was holy shit.
Sandman, Venom. Why can't I remember who the other dude was? I know there was another villain in there.
The movie was. It wasn't James Franco as the Hobgoblin, right? No, it was. I don't know. I don't even know if
the Hobgoblin.
I don't know if they ever did a Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did.
But I think that was in the Amazing Spider-Man.
No, that was just in Spider-Man. Spider-Man like 1, 2, and 3 with
Green Goblin.
The Green Goblin was the first one, and then
Green Goblin, and they killed him off in the very first episode.
And then the son,
in the very first fucking movie, they killed him off.
Oh, okay. So then they did have.
Yeah, it was William Dafoe was the Green Goblin, and then it's
I'm just saying, man, like one villain used to be enough for like a couple of episodes in a comic book.
Right.
Right.
You know, now they have to throw in every fucking villain that they could think of. There has to be more than one villain, 2 or 3 villains. You can can't you make a story out of those villains alone? What the fuck, man? Where have all the writers gone?
No, but they've done the 3 villain, 2 villain thing before. I mean, that's 4 villains, 5 villains in the fucking comic books. I remember a lot of comic books where they brought a lot of villains into them. I just think that
but those were like special editions. So I guess every movie's a special edition.
Yeah. Well, the thing, it was cool that Sam Raimi brought in like that universe where those things happened and all those people died really fast. Those I don't want to ruin the movie, right? But that shit was fucking up.
What movie? Which one?
Multiverse of Madness.
I didn't see
it. Is that the Spider-Man one?
No.
What's
Multiverse
that?
of Madness. That's the new Doctor Strange 2.
Oh, yeah. I can't go watch Doctor Strange.
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't watch, just this dude like with his hands, like that's his power. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even have to punch no one in the face. But and I don't even know if he could fight. Can he even fight? Have they ever shown him like fighting?
Yeah, they show him fighting, but you haven't seen Multiverse of Madness, bro. Oh my god, this movie is an absolute disaster. There's just like
okay, I thought it did say it was dope.
No, the movie's a fucking disaster. It's unbelievable. There's just one scene that's great in the middle of the movie. All right, so I don't know what. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I thought you saw it. You didn't see it.
That's I can't.
Either, no.
I can't. I can't go and give Doctor Strange 2 hours of my life. I don't care how big the screen is. I don't care how many big fucking devastating explosions you have in it. There's no way I can give 2 hours of my life to Doctor Strange.
3 hours, and every minute of it feels like the middle of the movie is eventually coming. It's like, it's almost the middle of the movie. It's almost the middle of the movie, and then the credits roll. And it's 3 hours.
Dude, that's like Lord of the Rings. And I know that's probably gonna get me fucking whatever.
Yeah,
but Lord of the Rings had like 4 endings in the first one. Like the first time I ever watched it, I thought it ended. I think I was in it for like 2 hours, and it looked like that was the ending. And I went, "Wow, that movie was pretty good." And then I went, "Oh, wait a minute, it's not over yet." Like I was waiting for credits, but credits didn't come. A sunrise or something came, right? And then I'm watching it a little longer, and I'm like, I felt like that was the ending, and I go, it was still pretty good, maybe a little too long. And then no, it wasn't over yet. And I was like, holy shit, when does this movie end? It was like that song with the little lamb chops. This is the song that never ends because it goes on and on, my friend. Two people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that never ends. And they just keep going over and over and over and over again. That's what that movie felt like.
Yeah, without a question, bro.
Holy fuck.
Shit. I don't know, man. The Marvel thing, it was huge, but I think they jumped the shark now. This is what pissed me off the most. At the end of Loki, which was a great show, at the end of Loki, they say
Loki.
You didn't like Loki?
No.
Okay.
I didn't like the character. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they said that Kang the Conqueror would return in the Multiverse of Madness. And then I watched the Multiverse of Madness, and they never brought him in. He was a no-show. No show. That made me that pissed me off. They made it look like Multiverse of Madness was going to be the big, the next big movie after like Endgame. So like they were bringing the shows together and they were all going to come together to be this awesome movie, and it wasn't. It just wasn't.
See, that's funny. You know what? I didn't get that at all. Mainly because it was a Doctor Strange movie, and there's no way in the world a Doctor Strange movie is going to be the best movie. Out of all it's Doctor Strange. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And that's the reason why I hated the whole Spider-Man movie right before this. Which one was that? The one that we were just talking about. That's the one. Yeah, I hated it because it's like this dude's an adult. Doctor Strange is an adult. How old is he? He's probably like centuries old, right? Isn't he like one of those ageless motherfuckers?
No, not this Doctor Strange anyway.
Oh, this Doctor Strange does get old and eventually could die from old age. Can Doctor Strange die of old age?
I don't know.
He might, Rabbit. He might.
But either way, he's obviously older than Spider-Man.
For sure.
Okay. So why is he catering to him? Because... what was it? Because of a test that he didn't take or some shit? Or his friends weren't able to take a test or some shit?
Yeah, it was really the dumbest fucking premise. He wanted everybody to forget that he was Spider-Man.
Well, no, that was at the end.
No, that's how it
was. Yeah. Because somehow it came out that he was Spider-Man.
Yeah, and it made it difficult for his friends. They couldn't get into the schools they wanted to go to. And he was like, I want... everyone to forget that I was Spider-Man because I want my friends to be able to get into college.
That's right. But then as he's doing the spell, which he says is very difficult to do, right? As he's doing the spell, Spider-Man keeps shouting, no, I want my friends to remember me, but not, I only want this person to remember me, but not this person. And then he fucks up the whole thing. Right. Why was he even doing that for him anyway? If he knew... he basically said, I'll fuck with the whole universe for you, Spider-Man.
Right. Shit's getting just silly now.
Because your friends can't live a normal life.
But, okay, so if you read the comics, though, you know that is the premise of an episode called, like, an issue called Birthday Party or some shit like that. So, like, this was directly drawn from the comics, which were for children. So the premise... didn't really have to be any stronger than that.
Makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But that's fucking corny. That this adult would say, all right, let me fuck with the whole universe just so your friends can feel a little better.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is, I mean, if you're a kid, it's like, this is awesome to read. Like, fucking this sorcerer took his time out to fucking fix this problem that I had when I was in school with my friends and they couldn't get into college and I really wanted them to. And then now this professor, this fucking Doctor Strange guy, he's going to do magic and he's going to fix my like super relatable problem. And these kids are like, oh, yeah, wow, this is really
See, that's part of the propaganda that the youth have the power over the adults. That's an adult right there who allows his, 5-year-old son to be called a girl. That's what is grooming. It's all grooming. You know,
Yeah.
kids, it makes kids believe that adults will, like, because Dr. Strange couldn't even be an adult. He couldn't turn around and go, dude, handle your problem. You're a fucking kid. It's not the end of the world. It'll go away. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Chicks have cut off their husbands' dicks. Nobody talks about them anymore. You know, there was a chick who blew the president. Nobody really talks about her anymore unless she puts herself out there. You know, it'll go away.
Right.
It'll go away. Go to Mexico for a little while. Nobody knows you over there.
Oh, but if it's a fantasy story for a kid, right? I mean,
that's the problem. I'm watching it with an adult brain.
Exactly.
And it's crazy because it's all fake. But I'll be like, that shit's so not real.
This is what's going to ruin the franchise, though, because
meanwhile, it's about a superhero. And I'll be like, that sucks. That's not even real.
We're the ones ruining the franchise, Gary. It's me and you. I figured it out. It's because we're like, I don't like that Wolverine because that Wolverine's not the one I saw in the comics. So then they're like, all right, well, we got to change these things. Since it's not what they saw in the comics and they want to see what they saw in the comics, let's just make it one of the comic books into a movie, which is what they did with the Spider-Man thing.
Yeah.
And when they did that, we're watching it with an adult brain going, man, why? If I'm a fucking sorcerer, I'm not helping out some kid in high school. What are you, out of your mind? I don't have time for that.
Yeah. If anything, I'm going to make him forget me.
But we're the ones that complained that the story wasn't the same one we read when we were kids.
Makes sense.
We're ruining the movies for ourselves.
That's why I try not to watch them.
I try not to watch them. What else are you going to watch? The fucking news? You watch this podcast. That's what you got to watch.
Yeah, man. I just try not to watch them. I don't know. Everything is so almost unenjoyable. I was thinking the other day, man, I was like, man, I'm never going to really I don't know if I'm ever going to make it to where I want to go because I just do anti everything. And it's like, I'm like crushing myself before I even get in. Like,
it's actually
my shit.
A very fair point.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if anyone really wanted to try to come at me for canceling, just watch any episode.
Yeah.
Watch my clips.
Yeah. Well, because the things we want to talk about, we learned when things were simpler and a simpler time when we were allowed to say things. You know, I think I said like the F word in this episode. Yeah.
Curse all you fucking want in this episode.
Well, not that F word.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, listen, that's on you. The comments that Ray makes is on Ray, not on Rated G. We don't condone the F word. That's a word I don't use.
Yeah, that's a word my mother used like regularly.
Oh yeah, old school people use it all the time. But I'm gonna keep it real. That's a word I just don't use.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I
never did. Even when when we were young, that was a word that was used, not even necessarily to mean gay.
Yeah,
it just kind of meant weaker dude or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or don't be a dick. It was almost like saying a different way of saying that. Or you're a dick. You'd say that, but I never used that word.
Right.
Yeah.
I just didn't really. I don't know. I found it offensive.
You didn't align with it. That's fine.
But once again, I found it offensive. So you know what I did? I didn't try to make it that whoever used the word around me could never work again, could never live their life, could never go on. I just didn't say it.
Right, which is fine.
The best way to change society is through example.
Be the change you want to see.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly,
yeah, that's a good point.
Man. Ray, are you on the shows tonight?
I just got a text message while we were doing this. I might be because I have to organize some stuff for the day.
All right. Well, listen, man. Ray, you can catch Ray right now. Do you got anything else going on at AC? You could catch him in Atlantic City. AC Jokes with me. We're both AC Jokes. He's back for the next 3 months.
Oh shit.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
Maybe longer. Hopefully.
I'll be around.
It's good to have you back, Ray.
I'm glad that I'm being received with so much love by you guys. You guys are really awesome. I'm happy to be back, man. I'm having a great time.
You're a changed man. You're not the same dude who left. Even though I loved you when you left, you are just so much more. Your energy is different, dog. So much different. It's insane. It's like a welcoming energy, whereas it used to be a very aggressive energy. But I loved you anyway because I've grown up around aggressive people. But to other people, it was very intimidating. you stand 6 foot, whatever. He was like a lumberjack, you know what I'm saying? And he had like a very aggressive energy. And like, I don't know, dude, you're a changed man. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. I love when my people change for the better, you know.
Thank you.
And it's great to have you back. If you want to see my brother, come out to AC Jokes, man. Go to acjokes.com, see when I'm on, see when he's on. They can follow Ray at Ray Can Fix All. Is that still your?
Yeah, Ray Can Fix All. Or that's my Instagram.
That's on Instagram. Ray Can Fix All on Instagram. And Ray Vazquez on Facebook.
Ray Vazquez on Facebook. And don't forget, we got I just got back and I'm doing mostly
promote whatever you got to promote. You're one of the own. Yeah, boom. One of the creators and owners of AC Jokes. What do we got to promote for AC, man? What's going on out here?
In Atlantic City, there's some great things going on. We have the circus tent coming up that's on the boardwalk by Showboat. There's a circus there during the day, and then they have an adult circus, and we do comedy shows there at night. We're going to start doing that in 5 days, and that'll be every night. That's very exciting. Tomorrow,
I'm officially a circus clown.
It's a dope room. It's a dope to in the tent. It's a circle stage. It's a round one, so there's like stadium seating around us. I think that's really dope. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's
His worst place we played. I just did an old folks home.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so this worst places I played. Even though I ain't gonna lie, the old folks, man. Big up to the old folks home here in Atlantic City, man. I forgot the name of it. It's right there in the hood on Martin Luther. But big up to them. I went in there with Zach. And we did we did like it was very weird. The host brought me up, but he was supposed to bring Zach up because Zach had to do a Zoom show. So I went up. Mm-hmm. I probably did like 20 minutes, and then Zach had to come up, but they wanted us both to go longer. So Zach came up and did a short set, and then I came back up. Like he just tagged me in. I came back in, grabbed the mic, and just kept doing whatever. And then he came back after that show and finished off the rest of the set.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it was pretty cool. But them old folks, boy, they don't give a shit. I was worried at first, like, you know.
They didn't care.
They don't care about nothing.
No, and I'm sure they're tired of hearing, like, how come there's 8 hot dogs and 10 hot dog buns? Like, I think they like to hear a little bit of real shit sometimes.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. This was it was like predominantly Black and Spanish. So they all look pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like they look like they was in their 80s. I mean, their 70s. You know what I'm saying? Mid 70s, but they were all like in their 80s and 90s. And all like there's a couple of white ladies there, but they all had cornrows. They had like all white and gray cornrows. And yeah, it was almost like an old folks women's prison, but there were a couple of dudes there. That's what it looked like. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like that. But yo, big up to them, man. They showed us mad love. And they laughed their asses off. So that shit was fun. So yeah, so a circus tent.
Yeah.
You know, fuck it. Let's do it.
And then tomorrow,
I'm gonna jump through a hula hoop of fire.
Okay.
I'm going to jump through a hula hoop of fucking fire. Come check it out. I just said it. I'll do that shit. I'll jump right through a hula hoop of fire.
That's a self-fulfilling prophecy. We're going to make that happen now.
I'll do that shit. I don't give a fuck.
You said
right through.
Well, tomorrow you're in New York, right? Tomorrow you got
tomorrow I'm in New York. I mean, by the time this comes out, the show will really be done. But follow me at Gary G. Garcia. And I just started a new room over at Apollo Buds. It's called the Canna Comedy Club of Astoria. It's on Crescent Street and Astoria Boulevard. And if you follow me, you will see when the dates are. It's a dope shit. You get some food and drinks and, you know, little gift goodies and shit like that with some comedy. And it's 420 friendly. So that's going to be dope. You know what I'm saying?
The tent is also 420 friendly.
Oh yeah, the tent's also that's another good thing. I can go up there and fucking just chill and have good shows like that. I like that. I'm very proud of my last couple of sets, man. My last couple of sets, I've been having fun. My shit it's not tight, but I'm finding the new things that I want to bring in, and I'm excited for the things to come on stage. Like even tonight, I'm excited. I want to go up. Get this motherfucker a mic. I want to go up. Start talking some shit, man. Brian, anything you want to add? Oh, before we go, man, I want to thank you guys for watching. And in case you're wondering, this show was sponsored by Triple X Playground. What is Triple X Playground? Well, one of the best adult games ever made, dog. If your fucking love life is sagging, dragging, lagging, just pick up a Triple X Playground board game at triplexplayground.com. Let the dice roll, and the next thing you know, man, your knuckles deep in some booty hole. So it's got Triple X Playground. And if you're looking for some bud, man, we already told you Apollo Bud in Astoria, Queens, New York. All the links and information is in our shit when you look down or whatever, in our info and whatever. Brian, what else we got?
Check us out on Spotify.
Spotify. Big up.
Content we really can't have out to the public. You have to pay for it to hear what we're talking about. It's just legally we're not allowed to give it away for free. So you're just gonna have to listen, pick up a Rated G hat, a Rated G shirt, whatever you want.
Plus, those episodes might get me killed. So the least you could do is fucking give us $1 for the fucking episode, right? I'm putting my life on the line, saying all the things that you motherfuckers be like, oh, dude, I agree with it, but you're not gonna get up there and spread it. I'm putting my life on the fucking line. My son is nervous.
Just remember,
only because he lives with me, he doesn't want to break into the doors.
Remember, being silent is being complicit.
Once again, drop that shit.
So for $1.99, you can be as complicit as you want to. Per month.
Yo, big up to Spotify. Thank you. And thank you guys seriously for having me. This has been a lot of fun.
Dude, this is one of my most fun podcasts, actually, man. I fucking love talking to you, man.
You know what? I love
thank
that
you for being on.
Oh, that's so sweet, man. Thank you. I love that I opened up and you were rolling a blunt. I was like, oh, sweet. I can smoke the rest of this one.
Oh, yeah. This is, don't nobody
half our
care.
Sponsors, 2/3 of our sponsors are marijuana-based companies.
Yeah, I mean, we already knew that, our sponsors are going to be shit like Fleshlight and fucking dildo companies and shit like that. Those are the only people that's going to come near us.
That's fine. Those are great companies. I'm going to check out that board game.
I got no problem with them.
Yeah, Triple X Playground. Yeah, from 2 to 8 players.
2 to 8 players. And it's not like your average roll your dice shit, dog. This shit, like, they have, there's other things you bring into the game, cucumbers. It's fucking insane. Yeah, but the thing is, you also get to, like, the chick gets to, I guess the dude too, they get to take out whatever, like, things are too crazy in, like, the cards.
Right, that they don't
want. You can set the level of how deep you really want to go on this. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like your regular, put your tongue on his nipple, roll the dice shit. It's hardcore. Fucking, we had him on the show. He's a fucking animal. My old DJ. Big up to Spank Dog. But he's an animal.
That game sounds awesome, dude. I'll definitely check that out. They should.
Oh yeah, it's dope, dude. Everything was. What were the pieces made out of again? Like, it's all high end shit. It's crazy. Shit comes in silk and all kinds of shit. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. I gotta get me one though, to be honest.
Yeah. Ugh, you need one.
Yeah, but check it out on our link. Get there from our links, and you get. I think I don't even know what you get. I know we get a little kickback, so check it out.
You actually have to pay more.
Yeah, you actually got to pay more so that they can give us a little piece. Yo, that's another episode of Rated G with Gary G, Garcia, and Brian Licata. I want to thank our guest today, Ray Vazquez, for being on. I want to thank nobody more but our listeners, man. I thank you guys for coming out, lending us your ear and giving us some time, man. And if you're at work listening to this, you'll get through it. It's just another day, baby. Glad I could take away a couple of hours. Peace.